What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another round of the LBA. As you can see, I'm going up against Zyad, who is the captain of the Real Scizors. He has probably the scariest team in my opinion, because I know what kind of battler Zyad is. He can take anything he wants and make it into an amazing Pokemon. He's exactly like his brother Bird. They're insane. So, looking at the quick team matchups, he has an obvious sand team. So I mean, I wouldn't say... Yeah, I would say obvious. He had a Hippowdon, he has an Excadrill, he has a Gastrodon on his roster as well. So I was like, you know what? Fine, if I cannot try and stop the sand, I'll just join with the sand. So what I did was I expected Mega Charizard, Hippo, Excadrill, and Comp. I expected those four, and that was about it. So I didn't know what else to bring, so I just kind of had to round everything up. So, he's going to be bringing his Hippo, his Mega Charizard X. By the way, that is the #1 Mega that I have the most trouble with. Like, I've only beaten a Mega Charizard X like 3 times. I suck at facing Mega Charizard X. Anyway, then he has a Porygon 2, he has an Excadrill, a Raikou, and a Conkeldurr. So, I got some of the predictions right, but not all of them. Then, I am bringing Slowbro, Blastoise, Diggersby, Tornadus, Sableye, and Tyranitar. Basically the exact same team I've been bringing the entire LBA season. Kind of, I think that might be why I'm doing so poorly. Zyad, I believe at this point in time, he was 2-1. I believe, because this is round 4. I believe he was 2-1. I was 1-2. He might have been 3-0. But either way, I know for a fact I was 1-2. So, looking at the battle, he is going to obviously start off with Hippo, and I'm going to start off with my Slowbro. The reason why I wanted to start off with Slowbro is because this thing has Grass Knot and Scald just for his Hippo, because I know that Hippo is very, 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 very heavy, so Grass Knot does a decent amount of damage. So, he's going to switch right out into his Porygon 2, get the Regenerator. Fantastic strategy. That's the strategy I use in my normal type gym, actually. Go for the Scald, and it did absolutely nothing. Porygon 2 is really freaking bulky. I hate it. So, actually, I love it, but I hate going up against it. So I'm going to switch out and I'm going to go into my Sableye, because my Sableye is knockoff, and I wanted to get rid of this thing's Eviolite as fast as I possibly could, so that way my Diggersby could take it out with a return. So, as you can see, he's going to go for the Thunderbolt. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I'm especially defensive. He's going to switch right out because knockoff is so obvious that it's almost disgusting, and go into his Charizard. I kind of expected that, and I made the double switch into my Tornadus. Now, my Tornadus, I EV'd it just enough that if I slapped on a Choice Scarf, it would outspeed a Mega Charizard X after 1 Dragon Dance. So I was like, that's fine by me. Even if he's bulky Charizard X, I can 2-hit KO it with Air Slash. So I get the Air Slash off. As you can see, that did a lot of damage. I get the flinch. Kind of sucks, but it wasn't like something that mattered insane. Sorry about if you heard that, I had to scratch my ear. It wasn't something that mattered insanely in the battle because, like I said, Tornadus could 2-hit KO it. He's then going to switch into his Raikou, and he's just going to take the Air Slash, and he took it really well. I was kind of surprised. So I was expecting a Thunderbolt right here, actually. And I go into my Diggersby, as he's going to actually set up the Reflect. And so he is actually a Reflect Light Screen, Light Clay Raikou. That is probably one of my favorite Raikous to use. It's very hard to beat. Then he's going to go into his freaking Porygon 2, who's now back at full health because of the Regenerator. I go for the Earthquake, because nothing on his team was able to avoid Earthquake, and I just figured it would be my best move to go for. I'm going to actually withdraw my Diggersby and go out into Blastoise, because even if he goes for Thunderbolt, I'm fine with it, but it's whatever. He just makes the pivot into his Blockbuster, and this thing actually is kind of a little bit of a hassle. I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse because I actually expect him to double switch. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I shouldn't have predicted that. Then I'm just going to go for the Scald. And I was like, Scald's going to do a decent amount of damage. And if I get the burn, it would suck because he's probably Guts. But if I do get the burn, it's going to be residual damage. Gets Freeze, doesn't matter because I get the Scald. Kind of pissed me off though because that just means that the Hax Gods are trying to kill me. But it's whatever. So he's going to go for the Drain Punch, get a lot of his health back, and then finish me off with a Mach Punch. And Blastoise didn't do anything in this battle. Kind of disappointed, but it's whatever. So now, I'm going to send in my Tornadus because I know I can live any one hit and then kill it with an Air Slash even if he was Assault Vested from that range. So I'm going to go into his Yawner, and he's going to get up the Sandstream again, and I'm going to go for the Air Slash, just like Tornadus normally does, and does a decent chunk of damage, actually. I mean, it's alright, I guess. Alright amount of damage. So, I'm going to go into my Slowbro. I said he, but as you can tell, I'm on the far side. It's whatever. I'm going to go to my Slowbro. He predicted that very, very nicely and went into his Raikou, and that kind of scared me a little bit, because I was like, wow, if he could predict something that simple, then kind of sucks for me. I'm going to go into my Diggersby, expecting a Thunderbolt, but he just sets up the Reflect again, because Diggersby can tear through his team, actually. Without a Reflect up, Quick Attack does over 50% to almost his entire team, except for this thing right here in the Porygon 2. But even with the Reflect up, a Return is a solid almost 2-hit KO. He's going to go for the Slack Off, get back above health, and I was kind of fine with that, because after this Return, he's going to be down about 45 HP, and if he wanted to go for Earthquake, he wouldn't knock me out. So his best bet was just to get up Stealth Rocks. I'm just going to keep on clicking Return, because I can see how much damage it's doing, even with a Reflect up, so there's no need for me to try to switch up my moves. He's then going to go into his Porygon 2, take that Return not too well, actually. I'm going to outspeed, get another Return off. I knew I could live one Ice Beam because of the sand. That was my whole goal, was to make Diggersby live in the sand and Ice Beam. So I did what I was supposed to do, and I'm going to knock out the Porygon 2 with Diggersby with a Return. Now, right here, he's going to go into his Blockbuster. I figured that a Mach Punch was really freaking obvious. I'm going to switch out into my Sableye. Sableye can take Conkeldurr on 1v1 pretty much all day. Even if he wants to go for a knockoff, I'm okay. I can live it from this range, even though I am especially defensive. And now that his Reflect is worn off, this Foul Play is going to do about 30%, which really, really was nice. He's going to go for a knockoff, and it doesn't knock me out, like I said. So now I'm free to go for Foul Plays, I'm free to go for Recovers, I'm free to do everything I want. I actually expected him to switch out, and I went for a knockoff right here, or a Foul Play right here, and I'm going to get a crit. I don't know how much that mattered, honestly, because I would have outsped him the next turn and killed him with a Foul Play anyway, but then Sand would have knocked me out, so I don't know. It was kind of a give and take. So right here, the video will freeze up momentarily. Don't freak out. It's fine. I'm basically going to go for a Recover, and he's going to set up a Light Screen with his Raikou. Now, the Light Screen was kind of really important, because now I can't OHKO his Excadrill with a Grass Knot from my Scarf Tornadus. So he's going to go for a Volt Switch right here. He gets the crit. That crit did matter. I calced it out. I actually could have lived that, and if I had lived that, I would have gone, I clicked Foul Play. Charizard would have died to the Foul Play after Sandstorm damage. I also would have died to Sandstorm, but you know what, then it just would have been different, because I wouldn't have had to come in here with Diggersby right now and go for a Quick Attack. So it was kind of a sad turn of events, but it did suck. So right here, he's going to send in his Wyatt. Now, right here, I made a huge misplay of switching out Diggersby. I should have stayed in there, and I should have gone for a Quick Attack, because he is going to set up the Swords Dance. If I had gone for a Quick Attack, I would have gotten him down to about half health. So, I could have gone for a second Quick Attack, got him down low enough to where he could only hit me with 2 hits with Life Orb. So right now, after I made that huge misplay, I'm going to switch into my Tornadus, because I figured an Earthquake was really obvious on my Slowbro, and I'm trying to stall at the sand a little bit. I thought that I couldn't remember if he had Leftovers or a Smooth Rock, so I'm going to keep switching back and forth, and I'm sending my my Tyranitar, because there was no need for me to do anything. He's going to set up the sub, and I said GG. Like, there's nothing I can do against this. Like, there's no possible way that I could ever beat a +2 subbed Excadrill. Sandstorm does subside, so that's kind of good, because now my Scarf Tornadus will outspeed and break the sub with a superpower. But the sub is my least of my worries. I need to get this thing down to enough health to where I can kill it with something, but it's whatever. So now that he's at about a little less than half, I'm going to send in my Slowbro. I calc this, I'm at 88%. If there was a 73% chance to OHKO, so I could have gotten medium roll, but it still sucks, because if I had lived that, I could have then gone into my Diggersby and quick attacked the rest of his team, and the rest of his team would have died. Or at least come close to dying, and then I wouldn't have gotten like 4-0 or 3-0 or something like that. So it really sucked, but he definitely deserved that game. Like, there was nothing in there that really, like, there were no hacks that changed the game drastically. So it was fantastic. That was a fantastic battle. I mean, yeah, hacks suck, but it's whatever. Zayad totally deserved that victory. He planned fantastically. I mean, I didn't see the sub on the extra drill coming, and the light screen and reflect Raikou, that was perfect. Fantastic job, Zayad. I cannot wait to see what you do with the rest of your season. However, right now we are on round 8, so I'm really excited to see what you can do with the rest of the season, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Make sure you leave a like down below if you could. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't seen my other first 3 rounds, make sure you go check them out, because it's really freaking awesome. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.